Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from MFT Productions. Marvel Comics presents John Byrne, Willie Lumpkin, and She-Hulk. We're looking at Marvel Comics Presents number 18 today, the only Christmas book I could find to celebrate the occasion. So that's what we're looking at. Hit like, hit subscribe, and let's get right into it. All right, I love this gorgeous, fun wraparound cover. I love Marvel Comics Presents. I love a good anthology. It was such a fun, great series. It had just so many great things. I mean, it launched Barry Windsor Smith's Weapon X. There were just so many great series, and all the Marvel All-Stars contributed. John Byrne here with this great She-Hulk story that we're looking at. It opens with a Cyclops story. It has a Black Panther story, but those are like part 2. So I'm not going to really go into those. We're just going to do the Christmas thing today. Maybe I'll come back and do the other ones later. But we have the She-Hulk story written and penciled by John Byrne, inked by Bob Wiacek, letterer Michael Heisler, and colorist George Roussos. It's basically, this is before her second series launched by John Byrne, and this is like fun Ron Lim art in the Cyclops story. Great Gene Colan art on the Black Panther story, right? So anyway, this is like a little teaser here for She-Hulk series, the comedy series by John Byrne, where she broke the fourth wall infamously. One of the first people to do it, well before Deadpool, so I know he gets a lot of credit for that. But She-Hulk did it first and arguably best. I forgot how really hysterically funny it is. I feel like John Byrne has a great sense of humor, even though he's not really known for that. He's known for his curmudgeonly sort of demeanor, but I think he's hilarious and his great art, right? So She-Hulk's sitting here looking gorgeous. Who draws a better She-Hulk than John Byrne? And not many people, let me tell you very much. I love this because this is such a moment in time. It's like the end of 1988. You can always, different things are happening in the Marvel Universe. She-Hulk is bored during Christmas, and she calls Thing to sort of ask him how he deals with the boredom of the downtimes during being a superhero. And she gets into this conversation about, fighting off Dr. Doom, and, it's just like an imaginary fight here. And, but it's really fun. I mean, to get to see John Byrne draw Dr. Doom and Magneto, arguably two villains he's very well known for, especially drawing greatly, I might add. I love Bob Wiacek's inks on this. It's interesting to note this era of the Thing where he's got the more pointed rocky dome. I forgot, it must have been some sort of mutation or something. This is hysterical because this is a point where Magneto is, I think, leading the New Mutants in the X-Men, if I remember correctly. Either way, he's sort of just on the side of the good guys now. And She-Hulk makes the comment, Magneto, sure, I never did buy your conversion, which was hysterical. I thought was funny. I also love this. So she's defeated this Dr. Doom or whatever, and Magneto's trying to snatch him away from her, and she's like, no, you can't have him, all right. And then bam, he slams right into Magneto, and she's like, that's one I'll bet the X-Men never even thought of. And I thought that was hysterical because I don't think we've seen that in the X-Men or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. But then we get a drop-in from another villain that John Byrne draws famously. And I thought this appearance was immediately interesting and immediately recognizable as an homage to Mobius. I thought, I haven't read this in forever, and just rereading it, I turned the page and I was like, oh, that's obviously influenced by Mobius Galactus. And he says, Holy Mobius Galactus. And this is, I think, from around the time when Stan Lee and Mobius did their Silver Surfer Parable miniseries, which was amazing, of course. Oh my God, Mobius doing Marvel Comics. It happened rarely, but when it did, it was good. I think he also had a great spread and Marvel fanfare of pinups. But how cool is that? uh, John Byrne is so beholden to Jack Kirby and always like leans hard into Kirby when he's doing classic characters like Galactus and Doctor Doom and things like that. So for him to do a full-on Mobius is like very, very, very freaking cool. And I also love this, just the casual like thing with his lumpy, bumpy, weird head sitting in this like overstuffed chair that is like buckling under his, rocky weight. And then She-Hulk opens one of her presents from Marvel, and it's a box of complimentary copies of her first issue series. And she's like, of course they would too cheap to spring for a real gift. I just thought it was so much fun. I loved it. What a great, fun Christmas story. Really made me miss John Byrne. One of my favorite creators ever. I really miss new art from John Byrne, and thank God we still have all this great old art. He's pretty much retired, and so this is just a fun little Christmas story. I love also seeing the cover, like the X Factor Cyclops. I love those costumes. Like, I don't know, like, how people felt about them at the time, but I always thought they were pretty cool, especially drawn by Walt Simonson, but it's very fun to see it by Byrne here. To the Human Torch, it's funny, to the Thing, I just thought, like, what, how interesting that you're called the Thing. Interesting that they would be able to use this U.S. mail in here. I wonder if that's like copyright or whatever. It has to be, right? And one last thing I wanted to point out before I forget. They say no two snowflakes are alike, and I was trying to figure out if any of these were, because I think this is from an era where John Byrne was using like his minimal computer effects for certain little things, and this very well could be one of them. Sometimes he was doing like cityscape manipulation, photo manipulations and stuff, but anyway, that sort of stood out to me. But this is such a great, fun, classic cover. I love it. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate or do not celebrate, this is my Christmas gift to you. Thanks for watching. Here's to another great year in 2025 of more reviews, interviews, critiques, comic news, interviews, and hopefully more great news about my upcoming great projects. Anyway, thank you all for being so supportive of me and sticking around and subscribing to my channel and watching my inane reviews. I love you all. Thanks again, guys. Subscribe, hit like, and I'll bring you more soon. Happy holidays.